In the final hours of World War II, as Germany collapsed and the Allies closed in, one submarine slipped away under the cover of darkness. It wasn't carrying soldiers or weapons, it was carrying something far more valuable. Rumor says Nazi gold stolen from across Europe. The war was over, but this treasure was never found. In the dying hours of World War II, as Allied tanks rolled into the heart of Berlin and the Reich collapsed like a house of cards, a different kind of battle unfolded in the shadows, one not fought with bullets, but with secrets. In the ports of Kiel and Hamburg, dockworkers whispered about midnight convoys. Trucks rolled in under cover of darkness, guarded not by regular soldiers, but by black uniformed SS men. Their cargo was heavy, loaded in silence, lowered into the belly of waiting submarines. No one spoke of what was inside, but the weight, the secrecy, and the urgency told its own story. These were not supplies, and this was not a normal mission. The war was over, yet one submarine slipped away, not to fight, but to disappear. And with it, according to rumor, went one of the greatest treasures ever lost to the sea, Nazi gold. The dates are etched in history. May 7th, 1945, Germany surrenders. Across Europe, soldiers lay down their arms. But on that very night, a submarine was spotted leaving port against orders. The vessel ran silent, slipping into the vastness of the Atlantic. Days turned into weeks. Allied patrols combed the waters, hauling up U-boats one by one as their crews surrendered. Some chose to scuttle themselves, preferring death at sea to capture. But one never returned. The legend was born. Survivors told stories of gold bars, stolen from the central banks of occupied Europe, loaded into sealed crates. Some said the haul came from the Reichsbank itself, emptied in the final hours as Berlin fell. Others whispered it was loot stripped from concentration camp victims, melted down and re-stamped with imperial insignias. The numbers varied: 2 tons, 4 tons, even more. But the truth was more chilling than the figures. Somewhere, beneath waves or buried on a foreign shore, a fortune capable of funding a shadow empire had vanished. Fishermen off Denmark spoke of strange wreckage in their nets in the 1950s. One even recalled pulling up a fragment of a submarine hull, inside of which were waterlogged papers, maps, codes, scraps of logs. They were hurried away by officials, never seen again. In 1986, divers finally uncovered the wreck of U-534, resting broken in the depths of the Kattegat Sea. For a moment, the world held its breath. Was this it, the gold submarine? But as the divers swam through its rusted compartments, their lights cutting across decayed machinery, they found no treasure. Just eerie reminders of the lives once lived inside boots, uniforms, pistols still in their holsters, as if frozen mid-breath. The vessel had been sunk not during the war, but after, days later, under mysterious circumstances. What was it still carrying? Why had it not surrendered? The deeper investigators dug, the stranger the story became. American intelligence files declassified decades later hinted at submarines that had vanished en route to South America. Buenos Aires newspapers in 1946 reported sightings of German officers stepping off boats in the night, escorted by Argentine officials. Ranches in Patagonia were rumored to be safe havens for escaped Nazis, bought and funded with gold that no one could trace. And then there were the gold bars themselves. In 1984, a bar surfaced on the black market in Brazil, its markings crudely ground off but beneath. Experts found faint Nazi insignia. Each time, hope rose. It fell again. In 2017, sonar scans off the coast of Argentina revealed an object shaped unmistakably like a submarine, buried under layers of silt. For weeks, speculation gripped headlines. Could this finally be it? Was this the ghost ship that had eluded the world for 70 years? But once more, silence followed. The site remains unexplored, the shape on the sonar unresolved. Perhaps the most haunting account comes from a U.S. Navy officer who, in 1958, swore under oath that his radar tracked a lone submarine moving silently north in the South Atlantic. He tailed it for hours before it slipped away, vanishing without a trace. It was like it was never there, he said. No wreckage, no signal, just absence. The men who might have spoken are gone now. The crews, the officers, the witnesses, all buried with their secrets. What remains are fragments. A wreck off Denmark, a gold bar in Brazil, a sonar blip off Argentina. And the stories, always the stories. A submarine that should not exist, a treasure that should not have vanished, a shadow of an empire that refused to die. So where is it? Did the submarine sink quietly to the bottom of the ocean, its crew entombed alongside a fortune? Or did it make landfall, delivering its cargo into the hands of exiled leaders who used it to build secret lives far from Europe? No one knows. Perhaps no one ever will. But even today, whenever a gold bar appears with markings that shouldn't exist, or an old sailor whispers about a vessel that never surrendered, the story resurfaces. The Nazi submarine that vanished with gold. A story so incredible, so audacious, it feels like legend. And yet, every second of it might be real. So what do you think? Did the submarine sink with its fortune sealed beneath the waves? Or did its cargo reach South America to fund a hidden empire? Let me know your theory in the comments. And if you want more unsolved mysteries and forgotten legends, make sure to subscribe and join me next time for another story that blurs the line between history and myth.